Dan the Homeless Man here. I'm going to do a review on my findings of the wheel weights that I've tried out. I've tried no wheel weights, just the wheels themselves. I've tried BBs. I've tried lead wire. I've talked to a bunch of people about sticky weights, but I think sticky weights probably are the best from what I've heard of all the weights, just because of how they are, sticky and stay in place automatically. They work on your one-to-one car. They should work really good on your RC car. Now, I haven't tried them, so I can't say for sure, but that would be my guess from everything that I've checked into about wheel weights. Uh, Zero weights. A lot of people say just get low center of gravity on your vehicle, no wheel weights, just your vehicle. That worked okay. I don't have great tires. I shifted my battery in the slot as far forward as I could get it. Things like that. It just wasn't helping all that much with the stock tires that I have. So I checked around online, found some people were saying that you could use either shotgun buckshot, steel BBs, or, regular just BBs for an air pistol. So I had a box of BBs for air pistol. I decided to weight out 5 ounces for each tire and use those. The BBs, they're good. I mean, don't get me wrong. They work, but they have flaws. I mean, I guess everything is going to have its flaws. It's extra weight. But the BBs being free floating, the idea is that they're supposed to roll with the tire, and they're supposed to conform the weight around your object or obstruction, whichever you want to call it. You're supposed to, the weight's supposed to conform around that, and you're supposed to be able to grab better and crawl over it. And in theory, it works if you're moving on flat ground or uphill. Now, the problem is when you're coming down an object, the BBs roll forward, and that throws the weight of the whole truck forward, which will mean that it could slide or move places you really didn't want it to go. There's a little bit of that with the side hill, but not so much. It's mostly with the downhill forward that I found. The other downfall that I found with the BBs is that, they're a whole bunch of round objects rolling around on each other, and that creates a lot of metal dust inside your wheels and tires too that you will end up having to clean up. The BBs do wear themselves out. They will roll on themselves and wear themselves into just a powdery dust in your tires. I have faith in that. I think it would take a very long time to make them just dust, but they do make a lot of dirt and dust, metal dust in your tires. Now, the third one that I've tried, the lead wire, that seems to be the best for me so far. I made 2.5 ounce rings that fit around the wheel itself on the inside. I have 3 of those rings on the front, so that's 7.5 ounces roughly, around in between 7.5 and 8 ounces on the front tires. On the back tires, I only put 2 wraps. That would mean 5 ounces roughly on the back tires. That has seemed to be the best for weight, as far as being able to get over objects and stick to them and climb to them with these old, kind of really hard tires. Now, a problem with adding weight is that you're going to add extra work on your steering servo. If you're going to add weight, you need to beef up the steering servo a little bit. You have to get a higher torque servo so that it can push the extra weight. You're not going to want to keep the same stock servo. It just burns them up fast. And that was with the BBs and the lead wire. Any extra weight will add extra stress on your servo. I mean, that's just common sense. Everybody, I'm sure, knows that already. There are plenty of other choices for adding weight. Some people have suggested beef tubes, steering links. Other people have suggested changing mounting areas for such things like the batteries and such things. Some people have suggested using lead fishing weights instead of BBs inside the tire if you want free floating weight. I found the stationary fixed weight works much better when you're descending an obstacle. When you're climbing, any weight works, it seems. When you're coming down, when you're descending the obstacle, coming down the hill, whatever, the weight pushing extra forward needs to be stationary for the vehicle not to move, for the weight not to throw the vehicle forward. Those are my thoughts about the weights I have used for my wheel weights. I do believe that stick-on weights are probably the best weights to go with if you are going to go tire wheel weights.